Hey everybody, Falcon Genie here. And what do I like to talk about, everyone? Simple. What do I like to talk about, everyone? Let's just say I was posting on Instagram, and all of a sudden, my video, that's supposed to do well, it somewhat got like it's saying that I won't make any money on that video on Instagram. And I know I got pissed off and all that, and I got really pissed off that I'm not going to be able to make money. And they said that my video violates their so-called monetization policies on Instagram, which I clearly know it's a complete dumb bot. And let's just say before I go on, everyone, there are those people out there who don't want us to speak. Before I go on, everyone, I'm going to say something that's really, really, really going to trigger some of these people who run the entire social media space. And of course, those people in those social media spaces, they don't want us to speak. And I suspect they're probably talking to their moderator teams or their like marketing teams and moderator teams to make sure that I'm not a liability for those companies, when clearly I'm not. But anyways, they don't want us to, because let's just say society fears people who are creative. And society has rightfully so to fear me, because I want to be feared. Because these so called disgusting bots and degenerates, these degenerate bots, because everyone, these so called bots in society, these bots, NPC bots, who have no creative originality, but people like us who have a creative backbone, society fears people like us, and rightfully so. That's why they try to crush our. That's because when you go to school, they try to crush your creativity. They try to crush your dreams and to become a bot like everybody else. That's what they do at a young age. But they failed on me because I knew I don't want to. I don't want to become a bot. I hate becoming a bot. I hate being like everybody else. I don't want to become like everyone else. It destroys creativity and all that. Because guess what? I'm naturally a creative person. And if society does not like people like us, well, they don't have to like us, but we're here to stay. And let's just say, and let's just say, society does not like people like us who actually know the truth and comprehend the truth. Because society hates people like us and who has actually have a voice and has the balls to speak out truth, while people who don't have balls, they get caught and they try to silence people like us. Same thing with these social media companies, because the people in charge are arrogant narcissists. Because the people who run these so-called social media companies, who run the whole social media space, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, rather whoever's in charge, they fear us. They fear people like us. They are afraid of us because you know why? We have creative energy, and society hates people like us. That's why all these so-called YouTube helpers are telling you to niche down, when clearly I don't want to fucking niche down. It's stupid. I will never niche down, and you're not going to make me. I'd rather be creative, because niching down, it's not a healthy mentality to do so. That's why I'd rather be creative and do what I love doing, originality, because the whole point of YouTube is yourself, but nowadays it's corporations that are basically taking over YouTube. The same thing would apply with Instagram. Of course, that's not going to stop me from getting my creative stuff out there, and hopefully I might make a buck out of it. Let's just say society is full of bots and NPCs who are afraid of people like us, who don't want us to succeed and who want us to fail. And these so-called haters, trolls, critics, they're afraid of people like us. They're afraid of us, and rightfully so. They're afraid of us, and they better be afraid, because we're not stopping and we're not going to give up until our message is heard. So they can go ahead and try to silence us all they want. It'll all end in failure, because at the end their argument has no solid standing. And you know why society fears people like us? Because society can't stand the truth. They cannot stand our truth, what we perceive, what society has become. Because society itself is a literal joke. It's a literal cancer that needs to be removed from the human body. That's what society is, a literal cancer. That's what society is, a literal cancer that needs to be just just cut off from just cut off. That's what society is, a literal cancer. Love that. Love it so much. Love it so much, everyone. I love it. Anyways, why does society does this? Because society fears people like us. And I love being creative. And I'm not going to be fake for someone that doesn't like, and I'm not going to walk on eggshells because some person doesn't have to, excuse me, doesn't want to hear the truth about themselves because it so-called hurts their ego. Guess what? I'm here to shatter your ego. For those people who get easily offended, I'm gonna shatter your ego. You deserve to have your ego shattered, and I will shatter your ego. Anyways, let's make this song, everyone. Yeah, I love this. Anyways, I love that. I love that, everyone. I love what I make. I love that. Anyways, where was I, everyone? Oh, yeah. Society doesn't like people like us who are creative or have a creative bone in our body. That's why society fears people like us who actually have a mind and who basically aren't afraid to speak our own truth and speak what's in our minds. That's because these so-called big tech giants, love that, love that, because these so-called big tech giants, their ego hasn't been shattered yet, and it will be shattered once Trump is in office. Because these so-called big tech giants, these so-called big tech giants, these so-called big tech giants, everyone, how they just wanna, how they just so-called wanna make sure their TOS, when clearly their TOS isn't evenly enforced, like it's happening in Twitch right now, everyone. I clearly know these people are inept. These people who run Twitch are completely socially inept, and they don't evenly enforce the rules on Twitch. That's why I'm never going to use Twitch. I will never use that disgusting app. I will never use TikTok. I will never use. The only two apps I'm only safe on, three apps I'm only safe on are YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, or X, I should say. That or DeviantArt and Reddit. That's pretty much it. But anyways, everyone, I don't like being told what to think, what to say, and what to feel. I don't like that. And no one should have to force me into something that I shouldn't have, and force me into something to feel something or agree to a certain agenda that I don't agree with. Because if YouTube or Instagram is going to make me someone that I'm not, then you know what? I don't want their money. Love that. Because everyone, I don't want to have to say something that I don't want to say, because no one should force you to say something or force you to agree something you don't want to agree with. Because at the end, we have our own minds. I shouldn't have to say something or censor a certain particular word because a person found it offensive. That's why these people need to be humbled. Because these people never learn. Because these socially inept monsters, these social media companies, these so-called whatever they are politically, they're socially inept. Let's just say these people are socially inept. They're completely socially inept. And let's just say the government's going to teach these people, is going to teach these arrogant corporate narcissists a lesson. They're going to teach these so-called arrogant corporate narcissists a lesson. And I believe they deserve to lose everything what they work for. These so-called disgusting arrogant narcissists, They deserve to lose everything what they worked for. Because if they're going to go around being a dumbass, start censoring people because it finds them offensive, you deserve to lose everything you own. You deserve it. You deserve to lose everything you own. Because if these so-called corporate, socially inept corporations wanna play these mind games with us, they got another thing coming. And we're not going to tolerate, because you shouldn't have to tolerate bad behavior from bad people. Because at the end, if they're not going to benefit you, everyone, cut them off. Just cut it off. Just cut that person off. Cut whoever that person off is. Just cut them off and don't deal with them ever again. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't be forced to deal with stuff that you shouldn't be forced to deal with stuff. You shouldn't have to be forced to deal with stuff that you don't agree to or it's not benefiting you. Just cut it off. And that's all I have to say, everyone. Just saying, everyone. Just cut that thing off. If it's not going to benefit you, chances are it's not going to benefit you. Just cut it off and don't deal with it ever again. And that's all I have to say. And that's all I have to say, everyone. Everyone, that's all I have to say. Anyways, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, fight, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, like, comment, share this video. Share it to everyone. Share it to make sure this video gets spread. Make sure this message gets spread, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And as always, fight this degenerate agenda.